Hey everyone, Richard Robbins here. Well, the Supreme Court of Canada has decided not to hear the appeal by the Toronto Real Estate Board. What does this mean to real estate in Canada? Here's the deal. I was getting emails yesterday, phone calls and texts from some people, and they were just asking my opinion. What do you think? What's going to change in real estate? So I thought, why don't I do a quick video, get it out to everybody that might have some interest in this. This is just my opinion on what's going to happen, but here's the deal. Obviously, it was mostly about sold data. So the Toronto Real Estate Board has not allowed brokers and real estate agents to publish sold data on their websites or make it available to the public, okay, that they could go on a portal and find this information. How was the public getting the sold data before? So if they wanted to price their home, they were contacting a real estate agent. The agent would have to go over to the house, maybe with some printed listings, or they go on the website with them at the house. Maybe they were emailing them information. But basically what's being said now is that the Toronto Real Estate Board can no longer restrict brokers and agents from publishing sold data or putting it up on their websites and making that information available to the public. What does that mean to the rest of Canada? Well, first of all, they can publish this information already in Nova Scotia, right? But what about the rest of the real estate boards? Why did they start with the Toronto Real Estate Board? Because it's the biggest board in Canada. So now because the decision has been made, obviously the other boards are probably looking at this right now and will probably very quickly comply because the Competition Bureau will be keeping their eye on them. So basically in Canada, what's going to happen is brokers, members of real estate boards, agents will now be able to post, okay, sold data. And there's some other areas as well, but we're talking mostly about sold data because think about it, listing data, new listings was always available or listings on the market, but not the sold data. So then all of a sudden the public now can do more of their own research because if you create a site, if you're watching this and you're a member of a board and you create a site, you technically can put all the sold data now in your site. Hopefully you'll attract people to your site. Maybe you can capture their name, maybe you can capture their phone number and their email address, possibly if you have a landing page, or maybe you won't go that route. But the public now is going to be able to get the information. So the people that now have the best websites with all of this information will get the most amount of traffic. Now, the best example is Zillow in the US. So it was over 10 years ago in the US, the same thing happened and the information became open to the public. Well, that created a business model for Zillow, which is a multi-billion-dollar valued organization now, right? Because Zillow, if you go to the site, it's a really easy site to navigate. It's a really easy site to find out what's for sale. It's a really easy site to find out what is sold if you choose to. Now, they are now charging agents, right? So that if you look up a listing, you'll see a number of agents on there. So Zillow's taking all the information and selling the leads back to the agents. Is that going to happen in Canada? Yeah, probably. There's no question. However, we do have one advantage. We have Realtor.ca here in Canada that has all the listings for sale. All they have to do is take advantage of this, right? And then build a site, maybe similar to Zillow or some other companies that have these sites, and there's many of them in Canada already, but now they'll be able to publish more information. So, a lot of people say, yeah, but what about more for sale by owners? If they get all the sold data, we're going to have more for sale by owners. No, we won't, because see, in the US, over 10 years ago, the same thing happened, and there was not more for sale by owners. Will it create opportunities for people that want to get into the internet game? No question. But I look at it and say, hey, bottom line is this. Whatever is best for the consumer is what the government is going to rule on. What is best for the consumer is giving them access to the information. And we're saying, well, that's private information. Well, it's not private. Once it closes, you can go to land registry and you can look up what is sold. So it's really not, right? This is just my opinion. This is evolution, everybody. This is the way the world is moving. Consumer wants to do their own research. We need to allow them to do their research, and we need to get better at our game. This is a huge advantage for those people that create great websites, that can now get more traffic, that create an opportunity where the consumer can go search. There's no question. And there's going to be many brokerages, many agents, many companies that will do that effectively. You're going to be able to capture the names if you want to catch them to give out certain information. So, is it changing the game? A little bit. not dramatically, but bottom line is this. Real estate agents are here to stay for as long as I can possibly see. All you have to do is up your game a little bit and start changing your value proposition, because now it's not going to be about giving out sold information that's going to get you the call. You got to figure out better ways of servicing and marketing yourself, and it's just going to raise the game. And for those people that raise the game and become more professional, you want to know something? Massive, massive opportunity. So my theory is this: let's not freak out. It's all going to be just fine. It happened in the US over 10 years ago, and believe me, they're doing just fine down there as well. But this here is just progress, right? We're moving forward as an industry. At the end of the day, it's going to make our industry, I think, more professional, right? Because the consumer, there's more transparency for the consumer. And the more transparency we have in any industry, I believe the better it is from a professional level. Okay? Anyway, I hope this was helpful. And remember, everybody, it's a beautiful life. Make it count.